It is game week, and you know what that means. The classic rivalry between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets is firing up. But, instead of just listening to the usual talking heads, we're going to do something different. We're going to look at what millions of fans are actually searching for online to see what's really on their minds.
So that's the big question, right? If you cut through all the noise, all the expert commentary, what are the raw, unfiltered questions that fans are typing into their phones? It turns out that tells you the real story of this rivalry from the ground up.
And here it is. This is literally a look inside the fan's brain. You see the basics, of course: Patriots, Jets, score. But when you start to piece it all together, a full narrative emerges. Searches for where to watch, prediction, and player stats. This data is basically a roadmap to the fan's psyche, and we're going to follow it to break down this entire matchup.
Okay, first things first. Let's tackle the most fundamental question, but always pops up in searches. How are these two teams actually looking right now? What's the situation on the ground? Before anyone can even think about making a prediction, the search data shows us fans need the cold, hard facts. People are constantly looking up each team's record and, maybe more importantly, where they sit in the standings. This is the baseline, the essential context for all the drama that's about to unfold. So, once we get past the team records, the data shows a real obsession with the individuals. So let's take a look at the key players and coaches, on the field and on the sidelines, who are really driving the conversation online. Right, so when you filter through all that search noise, whose names keep bubbling up to the top? The data gives us a really clear picture of who the fans believe holds the keys to this entire game. And it's not even close. The number one name dominating the searches is Drake Maye. The internet traffic is just flooded with things like Drake Maye stats and Patriots QB. It is crystal clear that all eyes are on the rookie quarterback. The sheer volume tells you this is a fan base that's absolutely desperate to know if he's the real deal, the future of the franchise. But the focus isn't just on the guy under center. Right behind Maye in search volume is the Patriots' new head coach, Mike Vrabel. This is super interesting because it shows fans aren't just looking for a new star player, they're trying to get a feel for the new leadership, for the whole new direction he's taking this team. Now, of course, it's not just a two-man show. Over on the Jets side, there's a lot of interest in their quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, as fans are clearly looking for some stability there. And for the Patriots, fans are already tracking key matchups, with searches for running back Tre'Von Henderson and defensive powerhouses like Christian Gonzalez and Christian Barmore all trending upwards. All right, we've covered the teams, we've talked about the key players. Now, let's get into the really practical stuff. The search data shows a huge number of people are just focused on the simple logistics of being a fan. I mean, let's be honest, this is it. This is, without a doubt, one of the top questions every single week. Where to watch the game, how to stream Thursday Night Football. It's the first hurdle every single fan has to clear before they can even get to the game itself. The searches basically create a perfect viewing checklist for us. First, fans are trying to identify the broadcast, searching for TNF tonight. Then it's all about the channel, with that classic query, what channel is the Patriots game on? And finally, the time, with those searches absolutely peaking right before kickoff.
And hey, not everyone is watching from their couch. We see tons of searches for Gillette Stadium and even Foxborough weather. This tells us that thousands of fans are actually planning the in-person experience, checking the conditions and getting ready to be there live. And that brings us to the final, and let's be real, the most important section. After you figure out all the logistics and you analyze all the players, there's only one thing left that everybody really wants to know. Yep, this exact phrase. It gets typed into search engines over and over and over again. It's the ultimate question that drives all the pregame hype. Who is going to win this thing? And that obsession, it doesn't just stop once the game starts. Oh no. The variety of searches is just relentless. Patriots score, Jets score, did the Patriots win, who won the Patriots game? Both during the game and right after the final whistle, fans are just hunting for that definitive result they've been waiting for all week. Now, to really understand the weight behind this game's prediction, you have to understand this one number, 15. That is how many consecutive games the Patriots won against the Jets. That single streak to find an entire generation of this rivalry for fans on both sides. And believe me, it hangs over every single matchup. So that leaves us with this one final thought. That old era, the one defined by that insane streak, it's over.
With new faces like Drake Maye for the Pats and new leadership in Mike Vrabel, we are at the very beginning of a brand new chapter in this rivalry. So the only question left is, who's going to be the one to write it?